Now that we know about state space, let's return to transfer functions. You knew we'd see them again. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to convert a transfer function over to state space. And the reason why we would want to do that is because then you could numerically integrate it. All right. So let's consider this differential equation I'm going to write out. Let's say we have the nth derivative of y with respect to time plus an minus 1 times the n minus 1 derivative of y with respect to time. And then we're going to go out until we get to a1 dy dt plus a0 times y equals b0 times u. That's just a general form for a differential equation. All of our equations of motion have been in this form, pretty much. Now, what we're going to do, once we have this part here, we got to choose our state variables. So for the state variables, we're going to choose the output, y. So in this case, our variable here is y. So we're going to choose the output y and its n minus 1 derivatives. You'll see why it's n minus 1 in just a second. So we're going to have x1 equals y, x2 is y dot, x3 would be the second derivative with respect to time, and then basically you just keep going. All right, so we'd go down to xn, and that would be the n minus 1 derivative of y with respect to time. Now we've got those variables. Now same thing we did before in our old examples from that last section. We're going to take the derivative. So let's take the derivative of all these. And by the way, notice this was n minus 1. So now when we take the derivative, x1 dot is y dot. Well, now y dot is x2, so that goes to x2. x2 dot is going to be y double dot, but y double dot is x3. All right, and then x3 dot is the third derivative of y, and that one would be x4 because that would be right here if I had written it out. And you're going to keep going down here until you get to this last equation, and then you have xn dot. Well, xn dot has to be the derivative of this, so that takes us to the nth derivative of y, and that's why we only went to the n minus 1 over here. All right, so now this is taking us back to that equation, because you always got to get to your differential equation because that's what's modeling your system. Okay, so now we've got this. So let's go ahead. I'm going to rewrite this just so it's easier to see. So x1 dot is going to be x2. x2 dot is x3. x3 dot will be x4. Come down here. xn minus 1 dot is equal to xn. And then finally we have xn dot. That takes us to our equation of motion. So you're going to have negative a0 x1 minus a1 x2 minus, keep subtracting until you get to minus an minus 1 xn plus b0 times u. All we did there was solve this equation for this term right here. So all this other stuff had to be moved over. That's why we flipped the signs. And then we replaced these y terms with our state variables. So same thing we did in the last section. Now we're ready to put this in matrix form. All right, so you'll put your state vector here, or the derivative of your state vector. So it'll look like that. And then we got our matrix A times the state vector. Then you've got your matrix B times your inputs. which in this case, for this equation here, if we go up here, I have u. Now we just fill in these matrices. All right, so we have x2, so that means we're going to have 0, 1, and then the rest of this will be zeros. Now up here, that's 0. This is x3, so we got 1, 0, or not 1, we have 0, 0, and then 1. The rest is going to be zeros. Then we have x4, then you'll have x5, so on and so forth. So if you look, basically you're going to have this diagonal of 1s right here. Right? And that's going to continue until you get down to your last row. And then the last row, you have these coefficients here. So the negative a0, negative a1, you'd have a negative a2, and you'd go out till you have negative an minus 1. And I forgot all these. If you look, these are all going to be 0 until you get to this last one. All right, because there are no u terms up here, only in this last one. So all of these are zeros except for the last one, which will be b0. Okay, so now we've got our state space representation. And we already know our output is y. So if you wanted to write your output equation, you want to get x1 out. All right, guys, let's stop this one here, and we'll pick up the rest in the next video with an example.